Learn how small habits can have a big impact on your life. Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a rut, or that your life is just passing by without much progress? You're not alone. It's easy to get into habits and routines that can keep you from making meaningful changes, but with a little bit of effort, you can break out of that rut and make real progress in your life. The secret lies in small changes. It's hard to change major behavior, such as eating healthy or exercising regularly, if you're a couch potato and eating a lot of junk food today. It can be more manageable to start with smaller habits first. These small actions add up over time and create lasting change that will impact your life positively. For example, if your goal is to become more organized, you could start by setting aside a few minutes each day to just clean up your desk, or even just make your bed each morning. This minor effort can have a big impact in the long run, helping you develop an organized lifestyle. Similarly, if you want to be more productive, you could commit to adding just 10 minutes of deep work into your daily schedule. You don't have to jump right into a full day of productivity. Taking it one step at a time can help you transition into the habit with small steps. These small habits will also help you form larger ones over time. For instance, if your goal is to exercise every day, you could start by taking a 10-minute walk each morning. While this may seem insignificant at first, it can help you build momentum that will propel you into longer and more intense workouts over time. Small changes have an effect on larger aspects of your life. If you want to lead a more meaningful life, for example, you could start by committing to one random act of kindness every day. This small change can have a huge impact on your outlook and behavior, helping you become the kind of person who actively looks for ways to make a difference in the world. Small changes have a surprisingly powerful impact on your life if they're turned into habits. Imagine a ship that is planning a trip from Florida to New York, but is off course by just a couple of degrees. Over time, those small deviations will add up and take the ship all the way to Bermuda instead. The same is true for your life. Small habits may only have a negligible immediate impact, but over time they add up and take you to unexpected places. If you are out of shape today and go for a 20-minute jog, you'll still be out of shape tomorrow. If you eat a family-sized pizza for dinner, it won't make you obese overnight. However, if you jog every day and eat healthy food, you'll get into shape sooner than you think. Likewise, if you eat pizza or other junk food every night, you'll eventually become overweight or obese. It's easy to overlook the power of small habits, but with a bit of dedication, seemingly insignificant positive actions can turn into habits and make a big difference in your life. But how do you get yourself on the right trajectory? Habits are automated behaviors that we've learned from experience. When you get into your car to go for a drive, you don't generally need to think about what to do next. You instinctively know each step you need to take to get the car started and start driving. That's because you've developed a habit of doing so. The same is true for other aspects of your life. Once you've established a routine that works, it makes taking the right steps to reach your goals easier and more automatic. Habits dominate our lives, from brushing our teeth to driving our car. They are immensely powerful, but how are habits formed? In the 19th century, a psychologist named Edward Thorndike tried to answer this question. First, he placed some cats inside a black box. He gave the cats a lever which would open the box when pressed. Then he timed how long it took them to escape. To start with, each cat behaved exactly as you'd expect when placed inside a box. It desperately looked for a way of escape. It sniffed and pawed at the corners. It clawed at the walls. Eventually, the cat would find a lever that, when pressed, would open a door, enabling it to escape. Thorndike then took the cats that had successfully escaped and repeated the experiment. He placed them back inside the box. And what did he find? After being put in the box a few times, each cat learned the trick. Rather than scrambling around for a minute or more, the cats went straight for the lever. After 20 or 30 attempts, the average cat could escape in just 6 seconds. In other words, the process of getting out of the box had become habitual for the cats. With his experiment, Thorndike had discovered something important: behaviors that give satisfying consequences, in this case, gaining freedom, tend to be repeated until they become automatic. Habits are formed like this. First, there's the cue, or a trigger to act. In Thorndike's experiment, the cue was being placed in the box. For you, it might be feeling hungry or seeing tempting food in the supermarket. This serves as the trigger to act. Then there's a routine, an action that follows this trigger. In the case of Thorndike's cats, their response was to press the lever. For you, it might mean reaching for a snack or making an impulse purchase. Finally, there's the reward, the satisfaction of having taken action. The cats were rewarded with freedom. For you, it could be something like relief from hunger or the feeling of happiness after a purchase. Now that you have an idea of how habits work, let's look at how you can develop good habits that can change your life for the better. Building new habits requires hard-to-miss cues and a plan of action. For example, if you're trying to form a healthy eating habit, start with small changes. Put your fruits and vegetables at eye level in the refrigerator or replace sugary drinks with healthier alternatives like water. These cues should trigger the response of making healthier food choices when you're hungry. Then reward yourself for taking action by patting yourself on the back for making a good choice, or actively saying "well done" to yourself after making a good choice. It takes time and practice to build new habits, but with consistency and dedication, you can change your trajectory in life. Just like Thorndike's cats eventually learned to escape from the box by pressing the lever, you too can form life-changing habits that will propel you towards success. The most important thing to remember is that forming habits takes time and focus. Don't give up if you don't see immediate results. With dedication, consistency, and the right plan of action, you'll be able to make progress and achieve your goals. Start small, but start today.